Hi, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Steph. Welcome back to our festive countdown. Today, our chat is about the Norfolk Biffin. This is a Norfolk apple, slow-baked and dried, in plain terms, which is gently pressed flat during the cooking process.
Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Now, what do Norfolk Biffins have to do with Christmas?
Good question.
Yeah. Well, the Biffins, in A Christmas Carol, December 1843, were probably the best known and the most often quoted. In Stave 3, the ghost of Christmas Present takes Ebenezer Scrooge on a tour of the seasonal sights of London, including the festive produce on offer in the fruiterers' shops. Radiant in their glory, here's what Scrooge sees. There were pears and apples clustered high in blooming pyramids. There were bunches of grapes made in the shopkeeper's benevolence to dangle from conspicuous hooks that people's mouths might water gratis as they passed. There were piles of filberts, mossy and brown, recalling in their fragrance ancient walks among the woods, and pleasant shufflings ankle-deep through withered leaves. There were Norfolk Biffins, squab and suave, setting off the yellow of the oranges and lemons, and in the great compactness of their juicy persons, urgently entreating and beseeching to be carried home in paper bags and eaten after dinner.
Fabulous. Fine. I love that. The Christmas Carol is one of my all-time favourite stories. So the fact that Norfolk Biffin features in that makes me very happy. Norfolk Biffins also appear in The Holly Tree Inn, a Christmas short story or novelette published in an extra number of Dickens's own Household Words magazine. The story's narrator, a traveller staying at the eponymous inn in Yorkshire, is told a tale by a fellow named Cobbs the Boots, presumably the inn's resident boot cleaner or general manservant, about his younger days as a retainer to the family of the gentry. In Cobbs's story, two very young children decide to elope from the boy's grandmother's house in York so that they can get married in Gretna Green. They arrive by coach at this identical Holly Tree Inn, where Cobbs was then working, having left the family's employ to seek his fortune. The kindly Cobbs then keeps an eye on the children and looks after them until the boys' parents can arrive to fetch them home. The relevant Biffin scene occurs in the evening when the girl, Nora, aged 7, is tired and teary, and the boy, Harry, aged 8, says, "Cobbs, do you think you could bring a Biffin, please?" "I ask your pardon, sir," says Cobbs. "What was it you?" "I think a Norfolk Biffin would rouse her, Cobbs. She is very fond of them." Boots withdrew in search of the required restorative, and when he brought it in, the gentleman handed it to the lady and fed her with a spoon and took a little for himself. Do you, listeners, enjoy Norfolk Biffin? Have you ever tried one indeed? Do let us know via email, start@enjoyingnorfolk.co.uk.